Hey everyone, so I've got my 12-volt car here from Joywhale that I just purchased. I purchased this for my grandkids, so when they come over to our house, they're going to have some fun. What I want to do is just kind of show you a quick overview of what's contained in the box when you get it, and then we're going to put it together, and then I'm going to show you actually it in action. So of course we've got our main car here. Now we've got several parts here, and when I pulled all these parts out, I was thinking, man, there's quite a few of these parts, but really most of the parts are just some things like we've got a chair and a front bumper, we've got a roll bar and some wheels, but this does come in several different colors, and part of the parts here are, we've got some screws here. They're just some Phillips heads, so you need a Phillips head screwdriver, and we have some washers here. We have 6 of these and 20 of the screws. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Phillips head here, and then for some of the parts I can use my drill here with a Phillips head on the end of this just to make it a little bit quicker. The instructions do say that it takes about 45 minutes, so we're going to find out. And we've got the instructions here, they're pretty detailed. There's several pages here, it just shows you step by step of everything that gets put in here. And then we also have a little wrench here. Now this is just for some of the nuts that you're going to use to tighten up, say for instance, the wheels. So that just makes it real easy. That way you don't have to use a socket set if you don't want to. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've got a rear axle here that I'm going to install, and it takes 4 screws. These 2 right here and these 2. Then we've got a rear bracket that we're going to install. After we get this tightened down, then I'm going to put this bumper on. So here is the rear bumper. It has a screw on this end and back over here, and then 2 here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the front end, the drivetrain, and we'll go ahead and get this installed. To put the front axle on, you just want to make sure you take these nuts off each side, and then you're going to swing this outwards so that these threads are facing outwards, and then put it in the holes like that. And then we're going to go ahead and take our special tool here and take these nuts here and tighten them down here. So the next step is to go ahead and put this axle here. This is the rear axle. And then each side is marked either left or right on each side. And so are the rear motors. So since this is left and that's left, all we're going to do is take this wire. We're going to make sure it sticks through that hole. And then we're going to slide that in for each side. And now we can go ahead and mount the tires. When you do put the tires on, there is a difference between the front and rear. This right here is going to go on the rear because it's going to fit into the motor here. So what we're going to do is just throw on a washer first. Slide the tire in there, make sure it fits. Then we're going to get another washer. And then that, and then we're going to use our special tool, tighten it down. So I've got all the 4 wheels on, and now it's just time to put my last hubcap on. They just snap in place like that. The next step is the front bumper. You are going to take this piece right here, which attaches to the front bumper. It takes 4 screws, and now what we're going to do is just attach it to the front, and then it also takes 2 screws like that. And the screws go here and here. This is the last step I'm going to do with the vehicle turned upside down. We're going to insert the steering linkage in here. I'll make sure that this goes into right here so we can control the wheels. And now I'm going to turn the vehicle over. So you have several wires here to connect. There's one wire that comes off the battery that you're going to go ahead and plug in right here. Snap that in. And then you're going to have one from each tire. So over in the back right hand corner over here, you've got 2 different wires that you're going to connect. The longer one, which is the one on the left, is going to go to this tire. And then the short one, which is the only one left now, is going to be this one right here. And then the next step, what we're going to do is connect the steering wheel. So we're going to connect this wire here to this right here. And then we're going to, before we do though, we're going to go ahead and take this bolt out right here so we can go ahead and insert that in once we get through connecting the wires. When you put the steering rod on here, this is the other end of the driving mechanism. And so when you push this on here, it's going to want to push that through there. So what you need to do is put your hand on the other end of the steering rod so it won't move, and then gradually go ahead and put it on there. And then you'll line up these holes here with the hole that's in the steering rod. So this is the light bar I'm about to put together, but before you put it together, it'd be easier if you go ahead and remove the back cover off this, because you're going to put two AA batteries. So the sides pop on. You just press it on there like this. And then you're going to take the last two screws and put one here and here. Now you just insert these in here like that. Next thing we're going to do are the mirrors. They pop on there also. Now we put in the seats. Now we're going to insert the front windshield here. We've got tail lights to install. And we have a shovel. The next step is we need to charge up the unit for at least 12 hours is what the instructions say, so we can go ahead and use it. And there's actually a plug right here at the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in the outlet. So I've got it fully charged. I did let it run overnight to charge for 12 hours. In the instructions, it does say that the initial charge needs to be for 12 hours, but it's typically going to take 8 to 12 hours to charge, but you don't want to ever charge it for more than 20 hours. And then you're going to get about 1 to 2 hours of playtime out of it before you do need to charge it. So let me go ahead and show you some of the features of it. Like right here, this little dashboard, which is really cool. This is going to go ahead and you're going to start it up. Turn that on. It sounds like it's starting. Then after it stops, then you can go ahead and use the other controls. Right here, you have a display showing you how much of the battery power is there. Of course, right here, you've got forward and reverse and also stop. So right here would be the lights. And this is going to actually turn on the headlights. Right here, we also have music. A long press will turn it back off. Of course, we've got the power button here. This is the speeds. We've got fast and slow. Also, you can have a Bluetooth that connects to your phone if you want to play music or any Bluetooth device. And then right here, we also have an FM radio. So when I turn that on, right here, you can forward this and go to the next channel on the radio. So that is an actual operating radio, which is pretty neat. And then, of course, right here, we've got horn. Both of them work like that. We also have a seat belt for your children. And then the doors open also. We just turn this little knob here, and it just opens right up. It also comes with a remote control if you didn't want your child driving, or maybe they were too small to actually drive it, so you could drive it yourself. We've got forward and reverse. We have the speed here. When we turn it on, you'll see there's one light. Now there's 2 lights and 3 lights. So that's low, medium, and high speed. Now the speed is from 1.2 miles an hour to up to 2.5. We also can turn the wheels left and right. And then if they were about to bump into something or you want them to stop real quick, all you do is hit the P, and they cannot override that by going forward or backwards. You actually have to press the P again so the lights quit blinking. And you can turn that off. So let's go ahead and start it. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it left, turn it right. Then of course we can also back up. This is quite a bit of fun here. This does quite a bit. I had bought my child one of these many years ago, and it didn't do half the things that this does. So I hope you found this review helpful.